2-0 win tonight against Newark and Sherwood. First half was a bit so-so, but second half I thought we were probably the best we have this season, and we've kept a clean sheet.
Yeah, good take too, Spen. That was good. I know that was my fault, by the way. Good performance. They're a good side. They move the ball nicely. Play a kind of a fluid formation where they have lots of rotations and things like that. I know, like obviously Wardy well and the way in which he sets his teams up to always play. And I thought first half was kind of they had some decent. I say decent. Some shots from outside the area. So did we. I thought we kind of nullified each other. I thought no team really had kind of any kind of foothold in the game. It was a little bit to and fro. We both looked to try and play, and then obviously following that, kind of like we had chances and they had chances, but like nothing really of note where keepers have had to make decent saves or anything like that. I thought they got the better of the midfield battle in the first half as well, and the way in which they overloaded us with their rotations I thought was good, to be fair, and trying to get out on the right hand side, and I think we didn't have enough control. Tried to change a few things at half time, kind of was going the same sort of way for kind of the first 10-12 minutes, and then I think, to be fair, the turning point is an unbelievable strike from Sam Bennett. We know he's capable of that. We've seen it before, and he is he's a game changer in his own right, he loves playing for this club, and he's a real asset to us, and he's got a really good attitude and just wants to do well for Wisbech. He's a Wisbech boy. I'm pleased to have him back. If you look at it, we've missed him for the last couple of games. But equally, I think players around him have done well. Then obviously following that, I thought, I thought after we scored the first, then they came back into it for 5 or 6 minutes where we sunk, and that's what I don't want us to do. I want us to be front foot. We want to nullify and be solid and things like that. Once we've scored, because that's been a bit of Achilles heel for us. Equally speaking, we can't sink. We've got to be aggressive in what we do and press at the right times. And then obviously great ball in from Barks. I think Sam Harris, the lad said to me, Gaffer, you're going to say that he should have scored with a header. Yeah, I am saying he should have scored with a header, but he was there to follow it up. So fair play to him. I'm really pleased. He's a player that's continuing to develop and going from strength to strength. Had a bit of a difficult start. At the start of the season, weren't really at his full fitness, but he's doing really well, and I'm pleased for him. Another exciting young player we have at the football club. And then from there on in, they had a few chances. They then kind of resorted to kind of going long to Smithy, which he's decent at, and then trying to like get in those ways. And the keeper Flinton, he's kept him in it. I think Steph really could have had two. That's a great save where he's tipped it onto the post, and Ellis as well. How it's not gone in for him either, like the header or his other chance. It was like, I couldn't believe it. I said to Ellis, he could have been on a hat trick. And talking of Ellis coming on and the rest of the boys, I thought they did really well when they came on. It was a real squad effort tonight, and that's what we need. We've got some injuries at the minute, and that's why I say, you run with 18 or 19 because you need to, and we've got other players that can come back into the mix, the likes of Ollie Williams, etc., working really hard to get back in the squad as well. So, and those who have come back in the squad have worked really hard too. So that's obviously a pleasing point for me, that their attitude they've shown is brilliant. That goal will come for Steph, I'm sure it will. I think Ethan's done really well, as I said, with Ellis as well. Benno coming back in, and then Wilfred coming back in as well. Another exciting young player that we've got at the football club. So it is promising. I thought Ryan Martindale was really good, and Tyler Knowles, Barks playing with illness as well. You wouldn't have known it, and then obviously but Dero coming back in after injury, and then obviously the two amigos, as I call them, Gaza and Luke Harris. They cover every blade of grass really. So pleasing, and as I say, as you say, Spenny, pleasing for a clean sheet. And I reflect on that in terms of as well from last Tuesday, and I say to the boys, I'll always find out, and I'll always know. Obviously, Rollo sent me the VO, so I watched it. That weren't nowhere near what I would expect. To be honest with you, I'm going to say this both on and off the pitch. That's not what I expect from this football club. And we need to be always in it together, even when there's bumps in the road. That's really key for us. And yeah, we've lined out a few things, or ironed out, shall I say, a few things where they need to keep the standards high, whether I'm here or whether I'm not here. Good thing about a good basis of a what I think a good leader or manager, whatever you want to call it, is how things are done when you're not there, and that weren't done how I'd expect it to be. So hopefully we've, as I say, ironed that one out. And 13 points from 7 games, close to a 2-point average. League's real tight. Everyone's beating everyone. We're going to have a tough spell. We're in. I think we're being pretty consistent at the minute, obviously, and we've had a lot of home games, and we need to be strong at home. But then we've got tests coming up in terms of here at home, and then we're going to have a league fixture program where we've got multiple games away, and that's where we've got to be good as well. Obviously, we welcome Newark here Saturday in the League Cup, a competition we want to do well in. Equally speaking, it's important that we get minutes into lads who haven't had as many minutes as well, and look at a few things. But again, it should be a good game in the fact that I know they've won again tonight. They've gone to Eastwood and won 2-0. So that's a really good result for them. They've got some good young players too, and some physical players. So I think a really good game where it's second versus fifth or whatever it may be. And I just say to the supporters, come down and have a look if you haven't already. We're looking to try and play, and we're looking to try and do things. And real pleasing night for the football club, and pleased for everyone connected. I'm here to support the group along with Ferns, Rossi, and Paul. And it's about what the group and what they want to do and their aspirations. Really pleased.